Monday. Happy start of a new week. The week is actually starting out pretty bloody with the market correcting itself 1.7% in the after hour session. So we're almost at a 5% correction from the top. Not quite yet, 4.5, which was long overdue. And, obviously we're excited about it and taking advantage of the opportunity to buy the massive dip. However, we're also trading VXX today, which is the volatility index. And then a more volatile version from that is UVXY. They follow the same volatility index, which is the VIX, but UVXY is more volatile because it's triple leveraged. And then there's also SQQQ, which is the inverse ETF of the NASDAQ, which gets a lot of volume too for trading. So, days like these are easy trades for just regular stock positions in the stock trading room. Well, these are not stocks, obviously, but you know what I mean. It's you could buy and sell them the same way as you buy and sell stocks. So if you know how to trade stocks, these are easy trades for volatile days. And then obviously in our options chat room, we have option trades, both puts and calls on just SPY. SPY is the most frequently traded option contract on the S&P 500. So it has a lot of options volume, a lot of contracts, and it's normally very easy to trade. Okay, so that's that. So outside of all the action in the general market this morning, we obviously have our small caps, and the small caps are not part of the S&P 500, so they live in their own small caps world, where there's always some news that is going to make some stock gap up massively and provide us with opportunities. So the general market doesn't affect us too much. For example, we have ZIVO, which gapped up 180% overnight on some news. Who even knows what news? Oh, this is not even good news. The fact that they filed for a shelf registration, and this was a while ago. So this looks like to just be a regular squeeze without really news driving it. It's on NASDAQ, which is good. NASDAQ is not as strict when it comes to halting these, requesting more information. On NYSE, we have to be a little more careful because if there is no specific news on the day and it gaps up 179%, NYSE on Bell can hold it, requesting more information, and you could have it be halted for the majority of the day, just to later in the day have the company say, we don't really know what caused the move, we don't have any news to report, and then it has a massive drop. So things like that we have to be careful about in the day trading world in these small caps, because obviously if something goes up 180% overnight for no apparent reason, it could do all sorts of things. So we just have to be aware of all the risks lurking in this high risk, high reward world that we trade in. So it tracked EMA 20 pretty neatly. So that is definitely the support that I'd be interested in for a bounce trade. EMA to VWAP as a trade, and it seems to have a good risk reward. Yeah, it's a 15% move from VWAP to EMA. Easy level to level trade. That's definitely a trade to watch. If it drops below EMA on Bell, then the high of this candle 437 with the sharp rejection used to be hard resistance. Then once we broke above it, we saw a massive squeeze. So I'd expect that level to now act as a support. So if it drops below EMA, I'd be looking at a bounce on that level for a trade. And if it goes below that, I wouldn't be interested. I'd just wait for a break above that level again, if it ever happens, for the next trade. And then if in the next half an hour before Bell we see a break above VWAP, then we have these levels to watch for a breakout trade on Bell. So that's it for this one. It's the highest volume gapper for the day. So definitely piece of interest for us. EDSA, we actually traded a little bit this morning. It's another low float gapper on the scanner that's flirting with VWAP right now. Still can't find enough resolution to break it, but we have this obvious resistance here that has then acted as support. So this level of 8.6, I'd say it's a very important level. However, we do this. We have this EMA 20 as well, and some conjunction here, and it's obviously full $8, which those numbers are psychological and always big levels. So that's definitely a level we'll mark. And then I will mark this one also because it's a closing price of this candle, a rejection of this candle, and then we have some rejection in that area again. So that's 9.18, a key level, and then these three candles touch on 9.75, which is also a quarter dollar and psychological level. So those are the levels I would mark. Right now, it's sitting in no man's land, so no trade at the moment. I would trade a bounce here or a bounce on EMA 20. Breakout about VWAP is a little tricky because it's done these two rejections, and then even if we see a break above 9.18, again, this one has broken above it and rejected. So breakout trades are trickier on this one. I'd rather trade a bounce than a breakout just because of the action that we've seen. It seems that the 5-minute flag breaks are also have shown some good resolution. So it's potentially setting up another one here. Something to watch. It's tricky though when a flag break is right on VWAP. It's very tricky because you could get stuck in a false breakout because VWAP is just naturally such a strong resistance. It's a little easier when you're breaking above VWAP or even ways below it, so then you can trade a trade towards VWAP. The next one is VSTM. Nothing really interesting here at the moment. It's below all indicators. If it finds a bottom somewhere, then we can trade a level to level trade. I mean, it could potentially find the bottom here. I'm just not interested because you have this EMA 20 that's descending and then it's going to serve as natural resistance. You have your resistance slowly descending. So if it touches this level somewhere here, but then EMA has come all the way here, there's not enough range for us to trade it. So I'd rather just wait for it to try and recover above VWAP. And if it does, then trade to these levels. And if it doesn't, just no interest. So I will create an alert just so I don't forget about it because we are ignoring it until it does that. And I'm going to put in here, I'm not even going to add VSTM on our special watch list here. That's why we put the alert. Trading is very fast and the biggest opportunities happen in the first half an hour to an hour of the morning. So even just doing this, going from one to the other, it's a waste of valuable seconds if you have stocks here that you're really not even supposed to look at because they're not at any levels at the moment. So that's why we like to use the alerts and just leave them on the general watch list. This one has some nice action as well that we can mark. It's flirting with VWAP now. It'd be nice if it could find support right on VWAP, and then we can trade a VWAP trade. Okay, it's finding support in EMA 20. This could actually present an opportunity for a trade because we have this level here that's a key support. So we have a clear area for a stop. So EMA to VWAP again is a 4.25% trade, and then EMA to our stop, it's 1.45% risk. So that's a good risk reward ratio. That's a good quick trade right there. And then we normally take partial profits if it breaks above VWAP, then there's plenty of room to the next resistance level. So that one is a good risk reward trade that we could take. And then we have the VIXs. Okay, so that's that for this morning. I'm going to go back into the chat room because I like this one, so we might actually trade it with the team. Let's see, there's a tiny little bit of a spread, so not too much. And then we have some volume to trade it as well. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Be sure to trade safely, trade with a plan, trade with a stop, and and yeah, don't trade with real money until you are proven profitable with fake money. The inverse ETFs, by the way, when we trade them, um, they have levels, whatever, sure, but it's basically they trade inversely to the main indexes.